Hi, this is Lucy and welcome to a Building 101 episode. About 7 months ago I put out a video on how to merge objects. As far as I was aware, it was the latest thing that it was up to date as at the point of recording it. But things change in 76 and sometimes things change quite quickly. So I wanted to do a short video to update on some of the things that have changed and to show you a couple of new tricks. So let's get started. Now, if you haven't seen my previous video, I showed people how to merge using a pressure plate. I will briefly show you. You used to be able to, and you still can, merge items by merging them in certain points in the ground where an object would go through the ground but stay green. But someone worked out that you can use a pressure plate to do the same thing. You have to stand on the pressure plate until it goes down. Which, as you can see, can be a bit tricky. Still not working. One of the downsides of this is sometimes you get pushed off the pressure plate and sometimes you can't actually see what you're merging because you're too close. As a number of people know now, but I'm telling you anyway, you can use one of these mannequins to do the job for you. They can stand on the pressure plate so that you can stand back and have full view of what you're doing. And I pretty much, when I'm using a pressure plate, I pretty much do it like this all the time. The other thing that is blindingly obvious, but I've only seen one other player do it, is how you can stack objects on shelves like this. Now, what we all used to do, or most of us anyway, was we would stack up items on the top like this. And then merge down like this, all the way down. Obviously, if you accidentally hit the box when you're doing this, it will go back to the top. So always make sure that your little white dot, your reticule, is out of the way of any objects you're trying to merge. So you do this, you stack up all your items, and then, I mean, that needs to come down a little bit more, but then of course the fish is going to be through. There is an easier way, and it seems, as I said, it seems really obvious, but it is actually much easier. Because the gap between the shelves is the same, what you can do is merge an object down until it's on the first shelf. Then pick up your next object. Whoops. Pick up your next object. Place that down where you want it. And carry on merging. And you get a much better merge. So thank you to the subscriber who pointed that out. It does make putting things on shelves much easier, and all of the shelves, as far as I know, apart from possibly this one, have the same distance gap, so this should work on all of them. The other thing I'm going to show you, and quite a few people asked me for this, was a foundation merge, but I'm not going to show you the way that everyone else has been doing it, because I hate it. Now, the way that a foundation merge you may have seen on other channels by other people is that you find an area of your camp that has a bit of a hill, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't actually have one here at the moment. The reason that I might have one up there. The reason that this building area seems a bit offset is because I'm actually filming underneath the up house. I really need a new camp slot. I didn't want to scrap any of my camps to do this. So here we go. Here is, this might work here. A foundation merge is done by finding a hill, there is one at the back, as you can see, of this building area, but unfortunately because of the up house being slightly offset, I'm too far away from it. You walk up to this corner, you can stand on the corner and you pull the item away. Now, I have not had, you pull it, sorry, towards you. It's actually working quite well today, but I have not had a lot of success with this generally, and it is terrain dependent. About a week ago, someone on my Discord, one of my subscribers, Lanthar, thank you very much, sent me a video from a Japanese creator. I'm sorry, he doesn't speak English, and I don't read kanji, so I cannot pronounce his name, but I will put a link to the video down below. And he showed something that I have never seen before, and I've only just started using this method, but it is very useful not just for merging foundations, but I will show you. Place 2 foundations down, like this. And what he discovered was that snapping overrides pretty much everything. Foundations like to snap together. If you put 2 foundations down and then stand here so that this one is highlighted but the one behind is not, you can move this foundation with objects on it now. Obviously we just want to move it down, so try and make sure that it's lined up. We're moving it down. When we let go, the foundation snaps back to this foundation and the object is sunk. Might be a bit easier if I raise this up a bit. This probably isn't the best location for doing this. Obviously you can do this with any foundation. I'll do it again. You have to move it away from the other foundation slightly if you want to move it down. Gives you a lot more precision. You can see how much you're actually moving it down by. I'm actually a bit out here. It can be tricky, especially if you're using a really stiff Xbox controller. And obviously if you pull it too far away from the snapping area, then it will not work. So there we go. The object has merged into the foundation. The other thing you may have twigged is that you can do it in the opposite direction. You can pretty much do it in any direction, so you can move it up. And it allows you to float objects. And you can keep doing it. It also allows you to move objects in different directions. To the side like this. So now I have a chair that is almost one more. Floating over here. So I think this method is going to be really useful for lots of different things. I would like to thank Lanthar. I would like to thank this gentleman whose name I can't pronounce for this really interesting idea. If you obviously pull it too far away, it won't snap. You have to have it within, which is about 1.5 feet. But it makes foundation merging so much simpler. He created an amazing floating staircase, spiral staircase, using the metal shelves. So I don't feel confident enough to replicate that at the moment. But this is a technique that has lots of applications. At the moment I am mainly using it to foundation merge. But yes. If you do go off centre a bit, you can always just line it up with the ghost, if you can. That didn't work. So there you have it. If some of these techniques seem a bit complicated, please check out my previous video. But I wanted to update it because when you create a video, everything it just kind of gets frozen in time. And I had someone recently criticise something on a video that was a year old. It was about the sound, how loud my voice was. And since that video was made, I have literally replaced all of my equipment. So it's kind of redundant. So even though I do actually put, especially on these types of videos, I put the date that it was produced, people still feel the need to criticise things, even though they've changed. So things move on, time moves on, things change. I want to try and keep things as up to date as possible. So I hope those tips and tricks have been useful. Let me know what you think in the comments below. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching.